My black ass went live. Oh shit. Okay. I went live because you know what? I was thinking, I was sitting here and I was thinking and thinking what I always do. And I realized something, world. I realized that I truly wanted to get to know the world. And it's not a fair exchange when you want to get to know the world, but you don't let the world know who you are and what you represent and, how you want the world to view you. I can put, like, I'm going to be real with you. I can put out whatever I want to put out. And I feel like I want y'all to view me in this way. And then it's like, but you know what? Y'all gonna view me in whatever like you view me in. And you know what? I don't even care because to be real with you, ain't nobody even helped me get to this point where I am right now. Nobody has helped me get here. You know, I'm to a point where I feel like whatever I need, God will provide it for me. And it's so y'all don't even know. You don't even know how amazing that feels, And let's see, what is this month? It's been 11 months. I can say that. It's been 11 months and I have not worked. And so I can let's go down the list of what has occurred throughout those 11 months that I have not had a job. So I can say I can say the morning after I quit my job, I automatically went on Instacart and I just started working. I started doing Instacart and just trying to get up as much money as I can get up because I realized something. My impulsive ass, yes, I'm very impulsive. That's a good thing and a bad thing for me. And I'm impulsive when it comes down to me feeling like I need to snatch that opportunity when need be. So I'm very impulsive when it comes down to decisions for my life. And so I had quit, not even thinking about the fact that I'm not even going to get a full check. I was like, damn, I'm not going to get a full check. And damn, this is my last check. What the fuck am I going to do? So I went into panic mode, y'all. I went into fucking panic mode. And so I just kind of like started working and working and working and working and working and working. So trying to just kind of like get the money up because I know one thing about me is if I have the money, I'm gonna fucking spend that shit. That is that's something about me, man. If I got it, I'm gonna spend it. So I was kind of worried about budgeting my money and how I was gonna be able to get up $1,500 every month, plus the money for to eat, plus the money to pay my light bill, and um so on and so forth. So um I worked and worked my ass off for though I had 9 months to go on my lease. During that time that during that time that I was not working, I was just doing like side gigs, side hustles, just trying to get something off the ground for myself. Nothing, I'm gonna be honest, nothing truly worked. I wanted to work with a company that sell cable, and I had to get the money up just to even start business venture with them. But once I got the money up, they stopped answering the phone and stopped talking to me. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, God, let's pivot, And as I'm still doing Instacart, I'm still trying to figure out a way to get this money up. But throughout the whole time, that's what got me by was Instacart. Instacart got me through the 9 months that I was in my apartment. Um, I I went through a lot of hardships while living in this last 9 months that I went through, that I was there, because I can say that one thing about me, two things for sure. If you ever met me or you know me, you know that I will tell you whether I like you or don't like you. I don't truly care how you feel about the situation. Just know that, um, I'm fucking with your energy or I'm not fucking with your energy. And honestly, one thing I have realized throughout this whole time of me being um in this world, whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast, there's no difference in this. When you look at someone and tell them the truth, it's not pleasant. A lot of people don't accept it and say, okay, well, you can choose to be around me or not. And or they don't look at themselves and say, okay, well, maybe I need to reevaluate myself. Those two things don't happen. The two things that happen are when you express yourself in that way to them. Two things that happen, and you either gonna have to defend your life, you know, or defend your money, or sometimes both. You know, uh, and it's harder in this world. To me, what I've realized is it's harder to defend your money. They make it very hard for you to defend your money here. You know, in the United States. That's the slow burner, and I kind of want to understand why. Because it's quick to defend your life here, but if you and I understand that there are certain laws that are in place for everyone else, and then there's laws in place for black people. You know, black people cannot dare to ever think, especially in a major city where there's major money flowing around. Um, they don't want black people to ever think that they have any type of money power, financial economic power, you know, because when black people understand that they have some type of say so, they're going to correct shit. They're going to clean the dirty shit up, you know. So they only want, to me, if you have a black person that's running a city and it's still corrupt, and there's still things going wrong with this city, it's because that person took the money. They accepted some type of deal that'll set them and their family up for life, and said to hell with everything else. Now they took the money to look the other way. And this is what I'm understanding, because anytime I was put in a situation where I had to, like, they was like, yo, I'll pay you this and this and this for you to, just get this through for me. And you look and you like, how much? Is it worth it? And you ask yourself, is it worth it? Now, in that moment, we being selfish, and it's okay because I've been that way too. I've been selfish, and in that moment, you have the opportunity to do what's right or do what's for you. And most people do what's for them. Because they don't truly understand the ramifications behind their actions. you know um as I see how the world is right now, I understand some of those actions I actually did back in the day, and now I'm just kind of like, I grew out of that. I grew out of it, and I see the wrong in it, but I kind of like help open that door, you know, especially when it come down to taking bribes in the black community. It wasn't it wasn't so big, it wasn't so popular, and a lot of people were called sellouts because they did it. You know, mm-mm, mm-mm. What would you do for the paper? I remember that song. Y'all remember that song? What would you do for some paper? Back then, nigga, I'd do anything for some paper. Straight up. Nigga, and I thought about that shit. Anything is anything, nigga. Like, what? Hold on. Now, I'm not willing to do just anything for my money. I am not. And I guess this is why I'm here in this situation. I'm not willing to stab someone in the back to get it because I understand how that can hurt them, their pockets, their family, their reputation. I'm not willing to belittle myself and or my culture for my money. I'm willing to do whatever makes me happy and in light and respects the commandments, the 10 commandments. As long as I keep it in those parameters, I'm okay. I'm okay with it, bro. So that's what makes it so hard for me. I feel like right now to figure out. I know there's a way to do it. But right now, doing it the righteous way and the right way. The righteous right way. As I could say. It's getting a little hot. Let's turn on the AC. Um the righteous right way to do things. Um but I wanted to see why. And you know what I'm just kind of like thinking about? Okay, why is it so aggressive in certain states, especially on the West Coast towards blacks? I mean, when I tell you they are so aggressive towards blacks on the West Coast, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. And it's almost like some of the some of the Hispanics, I'm not gonna say all, some of the Hispanics act like guard dogs for the white people. And sometimes the white people ain't even gotta do nothing. The Hispanics come fucking with you. This is just purely based off of my experience. I don't know. I've never experienced or never seen a black person just go up to a Hispanic and or an immigrant of whatever culture and just say, man, I don't like you, get the fuck out of here. Nah, we wait till you do something to us. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And we actually even give y'all chance after chance after chance. And then like and then we explode. So I think black people issue is we wait to explode. We don't explode on every situation. They don't have no say so on how they've been treated at this point in time until we get ours fixed. We get the treatment going fair in our end, and majority of it has to do with some of these immigrants coming in. We gotta have respect from y'all, like y'all want respect for each other, like because One thing I do remember as a child, I do remember this one is we had a battle. I remember white people were upset. I mean, they were fucking pissed. This is when I don't know if anybody remember Pig Latin. This one when Pig Latin was hot, in the black community, and the white people were mad because the Hispanics and other people from different countries was coming over here, and they were speaking their own fucking languages out in public, and the white people were like, it's not fair because they can't speak that language. It's not fair because we don't know what they're saying. I remember that. I remember that shit. I don't know if people remember that shit, but I do. I remember that shit. I remember them talking about it, and and them saying like, "Hey, man, you know, you know, it's not fair. We don't understand what they're saying." And we looked at them and was like, "Life's not fair." You remember that? If you want to know what they're saying, go learn their language. Stop being lazy. We did that for you guys, and most black people just didn't want to. We didn't want to intrude on y'all privacy. If you were speaking in that language, whatever language your native language is, we understood that there was something you wanted to talk about that you didn't really want people to know. And we respected that. We weren't trying to invade your privacy by learning your language, learning your culture, and doing all this extra shit. But this is what they do to us. Come on now. Come on now. We don't we don't get the same respect that we give. And it's time we don't get it, we taking it. And we got some people like, well, there's other ways we can handle it without being throwing a tantrum like a fucking child. Well, being peaceful ain't worked. Going through the justice system ain't worked. What else we got? What else you got? The only thing that did work? The only thing that did work? You know what the only thing that did work was. That's the only reason why they took their fucking paws off of us. I was just telling, you know, I was just telling my mom, it's disrespectful. It is so disrespectful to look at Americans. Look at y'all. I love y'all. But to look at y'all and to know that each and every one of y'all will put another motherfucking American out their own fucking house. How they talked to you, how they treated you, and how they disrespected your fucking house. And they ain't paying a motherfucking bill up in this bitch. But when it come down to an immigrant, what's so special about them? What's so special? What's so special about them? How can you put your own people out your house, turn your back on them, tell them to go figure it out somewhere else? You can't figure it out here. What's so special about them versus your own children and your cousins and your uncles and your mom, even your fucking mom, nigga. Some of y'all put out y'all fucking mom. Y'all tell me. This is what I'm realizing as I start traveling around this fucking world. I'm starting to realize like a lot of people don't know how to handle their emotional balances because they actually wear all their emotions out on their sleeve. You know, when you have extra attachments that are not your immediate family that you created. Oh, you have, I call them ribs. I call people ribs. You have all your ribs are now removed because that's how many people. Because because you have so many ribs around you. You have so many sources of people around you. You know, it's okay to talk to them, but you cater to your the family you created. You know, and the community comes in and helps support that family and come in and help support the family. You know, I seen this TikTok video where the guy was like he was charging 450 for a wedding he paid like $150 to $200,000 on. I would have even if he didn't spend that much money on the wedding, I would have paid something towards it. Hell yeah, I want y'all to be successful starting out. At least you know that the family here care about you. If y'all do have kids, at least you can buy a house, nigga. You know, have a great start to your family. And peace and blessings to you, your family, your future children. Peace and blessings to your family and your future children. So that's just how I feel about shit, man. Like I don't know what city I'm gonna hit next, but it is a city that I may be hitting. Shout out to Kansas City. I love y'all, man. I fucking love y'all out here. Um, uh, when I can say you guys understand that we all in this shit together, y'all understand it. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to the people who's running Kansas City. Um, got a pretty peaceful town out here. I feel like I want to move around though. I don't know. I'm getting that buzzing feeling to start moving. So I will be moving pretty soon, moving around. But one thing I can say is a lot of people do not like me because um, I'm blunt. I'll tell you if I don't like something you did, I'll tell you. And depending on how I know if how you react to that situation is when I'll tell you. You know, if I feel like you ghetto as fuck, you might just rob my ass after I tell you this. Hell no, I ain't telling you right there. I'm gonna wait till I get them to create enough space on your ass, then I'm gonna bounce. But yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna bounce, and then I'm gonna let you know. Cause no, I don't want to get in any situation. It's not that I'm pussy. It's not. I just don't want to put my life on the line or your life on the line. I just don't want to do it. You know, I'm not. I don't look at like I don't want to look at you as somebody I have to fight. If I can't express myself and talk to you and tell you how I feel about you or how I feel about the situation without it being an argument because you choose to get upset about what I said, then fine. Fine. We don't have to talk because I'm not going to talk to you. A lot of people know either it's one or two things. I just won't talk to you. I'm gonna block your ass. If you don't just stop, just quit with the energy you giving me. It's either one or two things. Cause like I'm done being petty with people, man. Like I'm really happy over here. I don't care what I have. I'm happy because you know what? I'm debt free. I can make my money anytime, whenever I want, and how I want. I understand this now. It's just at this point in time, I gotta figure out where I want to put all my energy into. And I guess as I'm opening my eyes and I'm realizing all the gifts and all the blessings I have around me, as I'm opening my eyes and I'm realizing that it's in my hands, my destiny is in my hands, I'm just kind of like, I'm poking at things. So just know, I kind of don't want to get into detail about everything that I went through those 9 months because it was a living hell. I can say that I never was late on my rent. I can say that. I can say that um, I went through some times where my whole time that I was living there, I never received my mail, anything, because there was this one day that I was doing Instacart and I was just driving around and shit, and my a notification came up on my camera, and I seen maintenance people in there. It was a maintenance man, and it was a young lady that was in my apartment. They were both Hispanic, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this in my apartment?" And so I start speaking to the camera, and they leave quickly. So I called the rental office. I called the rental office and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is maintenance people doing in my apartment?" I said, I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be going to if they were going to be fixing anything, why didn't y'all let me know, for one? And for two, I'm pretty sure if they came in there, they seen that big ass hole in my ceiling. So why the fuck? I said, why the fuck they going throughout my whole apartment? And I said, I got video of them going throughout my whole apartment. What the fuck are they looking for? Instead, they was like, we didn't know that you didn't know that they were supposed to come out. I was like, ain't nobody notified me or tell me anything about y'all coming out. So this is where the problems kind of started picking up, you know. And then there was this other time where I took my name. This is crazy shit. This is a rule, like, Colorado needed to get it together because y'all can't be going over federal government rules for your own rules. So so Colorado has this rule where no name on your mailbox, no mail. That's not a federal law. And you playing with people's federal, you playing with people's property when you doing that, because you want to know absolutely everything that's going on in somebody's apartment. And I don't even like those check-ins, because those checkups, because sometimes they don't come out when they schedule a checkup for your apartment. They don't come out most of the time. They'll schedule it, have you take off your day of work, and not come out. They only want to come to the apartments that are empty. It's some sketchy shit that's going on in Denver, and I just didn't want to stay there no more. There's some sketchy shit going on between the business owners and the government. It's sketchy as fuck, and it's like they work hand in hand to target the community to get the most money out of it, get the most money out of the community. But I wasn't receiving my mail because I didn't put my name in there, and I'm like, what's the point of me putting my name in my mailbox when you still delivering me other people's mail, and you keep putting it in my mailbox? Like, what's the point of the name being in there? So we went back and forth with that shit. We went back and forth with that shit. And so I finally went to the post postmaster about it. They told us, oh yeah, we have a rule. I said, is that law? is that a rule for you guys? Because y'all not supposed to be making up rules for yourself. The rules, y'all rules are federal rules. Y'all can't just kind of like come in and do anything different. So that's where me and Colorado kind of collided, because Colorado is most definitely overstanding and overstepping on rights of the people, especially in Denver. Um, to me, my car was getting, my car got hit, my tires got slashed. I had to replace tires every month. I had a video, and this is the reason why this guy kept getting away with slashing my tires and hitting my car, and breaking into my mailbox. I mean, every other day my mailbox would be broken into. My mailbox would be popped. Something would go wrong with it. So it just let me know, because the only person I felt like kind of put everybody up to it, because she felt like I was a drug dealer, or I sold some type of drugs, or I did something. This is the stigma that we get when we when we don't work for someone. We don't clock in and clock out for someone. We kind of just freelance and do our own thing. It's a stigma we get. Oh, they're a drug dealer. So I was under investigation for the last 9 months. I was paying for my apartment. I was under investigation the whole time. The whole entire time. Probably still under investigation. Probably still under investigation. But yeah. Because I didn't make my money the traditional way. I paid my rent on time. Every time they slashed the tire, I replaced it. Every time, even when they hit my car, I remember I was so fucking mad about that shit, boy. I said, man, they just don't know who the fuck they fucking with. I'm a motherfucking mechanic for real, bro. I do this, and I just took a few tools that I had, those little socket sets, and I had me a little 1/8 ratchet, small little ratchet, and the set for it. And I dropped that fucking bumper. It took me like 3 hours to do it. I dropped the bumper on my car, popped that bitch out, and put the bumper right back. And I was like, I was so fucking mad, and I went home early that day. I was so fucking mad about it, bro. But you know, in essence, that showed them that you can't fuck with me. And so they just kept slashing my tires, because they knew that would cost me like $100 every time, and they were just hoping. And I'm just happy, you know what? I'm just happy that's all they fucking did was slashing nigga tires, because I know they was after my car. You can't get my car. Uh uh. Mm mm. Couldn't have my car, but I knew they was after it. And that whole time, bruh, I was just like, I had to get up. I woke up all different types of hours of the day, man, just to like, avoid them, you know. But the more and more I tried to avoid them, the more aggressive they got, because of the simple fact that they felt like I was intimidated. It's not the fact that I could easily go to war with you, and I could easily go to war with you, and I can easily have a fight. But I know this fight ain't gonna be fair, because if I have a fight with you, there's people that you can call in to help you, whether they're Hispanic or black. I mean, or white, and some blacks you can call in. I can't pick up that phone call, and I cannot make that phone call. because there's too many black people that feel like I should be humble and shut up. No, they in my house. You in my house. My parents was from here. You in my house. You show respect to me. Stop. It's not the other way around. Once my guest starts getting very disrespectful and threatening, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap for you. So that's how I feel. That's what I'm saying. All right, peace, man. Peace, cause that's all I wanted to get off my chest. It's just I went through a lot at that apartment complex, and it kind of just made me want to start my journey uh, on why I need to do this, because there's something going on, and there's a reason why this shit is happening, and there's a reason why it's happening over there on the West Coast. Well, quote unquote West Coast. I believe the West California is the East Coast. This is my new belief that California is the East Coast, North Carolina is the West Coast. Check me if I'm lying. Check me if I'm lying. But we're gonna get into that on a different video. All right. Now I'm saying peace. I feel like that nigga on Lil Jon video, like, all right, nigga, peace. I'll holler at you later. Nigga, if anywhere, nigga in the world understand, nigga, feel you, nigga. I feel you. All right, nigga, get off the goddamn phone. Bye.